No, kedves 10. E-osztály, az első ilyen kis tanító videómat szeretném létrehozni nektek, és pontosan tudjuk, hogy mindkét csoport már nagyjából az ideológiáknak a végén járt. Én mégis ezt egy diába tettem össze, az eleje tehát egy kicsit visszatekintés lesz, és a végén pedig, amikor a szocializmus meg a marxizmus jön, ott pedig egy kicsit, vagy ott már új anyagot fogtok hallani. I'm going to speak English because this is English in history, so the 19th century ideologies. We already know this picture. You remember that the first I mentioned was liberalism. Liberalism was born in the 19th century, but the stem was born, actually the stem came from Enlightenment and from the previous century, so the 18th century. Liberals are called themselves free people who wanted freedom for the society, and as you see, everything is liberated, like free competition in economy, or as Enlightenment said, the world can be changed and can made a better place. Well, first of all, these are the most important things liberals wanted. I collected here the major ideas. Liber is a freed person, okay. Stem is 18th century, okay. I want you to remember that liberals want to provide human and civilian rights to everyone, so they didn't care about the borders of countries, they just wanted to provide these. They believe that a constitutional state is needed, so no absolutism, the freedom of all rights, like the right to be free, the right to have private property, and the others we already mentioned on the lessons. They also believe that there is political representation needed, so elections must be held and countries must have constitutions, and actually we don't need power over the people. In economy, Adam Smith talks about free competition and free market, so no state intervention in economy. So this is also about freedom. So liberalism wanted this. This is called a revolutionary ideology because revolutions of the 19th century, like in 1848, they all wanted liberal changes. The other one, nationalism, also connected to French Revolution and Enlightenment, but they are thinking in a nation state. Nation. This is what you have to remember. The nationalists wanted reforms for their people. Those who have the same identity, those who speak the same language, they have the same history, they are called a nation. And of course, they wanted all the same things, like unity of the nation, but within the unity, they wanted to extend human and civilian rights to everyone. They believe in a constitutional state, so the same ideas, but only for our people, and our people must be united. This is nationalism. Sorry, I gave you the wrong, yeah, this is it. So goal is national unity and creation of a nation state. And let's talk about what nation state is, where a given nationality lives in absolute majority. So most of the people belong to the same culture. Nation are those people who speak the same language, same culture. That's what we said. Okay, this is also a revolutionary ideology. Also, nationalists wanted the same things as liberal in the 19th century. Okay, so liberalism and nationalism are together. Conservatives have a different idea. The French Revolution is also the stem. Conservatives They were afraid of those violent and really harmful results of the French Revolution, because when people got power there, the Jacobins we were talking about, they killed a lot of people and they ruined, destroyed everything. They were against religion, they applied terror, and the old values they didn't care about. So radicalism is harmful, conservatives say. So conservatism believes in preserving old values, and they believe in very slow but nice reforms. These are collected here. I don't go into details now, but here I collected important things. Again, sorry, again, wrong. Conservatism, 19th century, meaning to preserve. French Revolution, okay. I want you to remember that moderate, slow reforms are needed. Nice example is Széchenyi István in Hungarian history. There are also extremes as well, like Metternich, Austrian Chancellor. He wanted no reforms at all, wanted to preserve kingdom and monarchy. Let's go on. Socialism. Now that's different from the ones before, because this can be connected to industrial revolution and the free market, free competition, capitalism. Here they collected the problems of everyday people, like a lot of working hours, child labor, alcoholism, prostitution appeared, slums, people were very poor. So socialism is about helping the proletars, the working class. And they believed that all the problems come from the differences in society. So social differences must be killed. So no competition is needed. They believed in that. I also collected these. 19th century ideology connected to, yeah, that's what I said. People must be helped. The problem is private property, and private property must be restricted. Social differences must be destroyed. Okay. Also refused absolutism. So these low layer people wanted more rights. If we go on, socialists had different types. There was utopia, like impossible to reach the state. Robert Owen is a nice example. He was the owner of a factory, and in New Lanark he created a factory which was also it gave accommodation to people, and the workers there had better treatment. It was like a small town in a town, and this was a kind of experiment. As you see, it was in service until 1968, but of course it had to be transformed as time passed. But this is a nice example for utopia. And now, within socialism, you have to understand there was another utopia, but it became reality in the 19th century and in the 20th century, which is Marxism. So this is also a socialist idea. Marxism is also about helping the lowest layer. It was created by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels in the 19th century. They created a document which we call Communist Manifesto. It was right in 1848. You will see it in my text later. What did Marx say? He says that here is history. Look at this timeline. Going from the ancient prehistoric times to the Middle Ages, feudalism, to capitalism, today. So he lived in the 19th century and he said that history hasn't changed much. People live in the same problems. There are those people who have things and those who haven't got anything. So the haves and the have-nots are fighting. This is called class struggle. As you see, Karl Marx and Engels created it, utopistic, because it's really hard to imagine in its creation. History is a continual fight of social classes. Please remember the word class struggle. They are fighting between the haves and the have-nots. Right in his time, in the 19th century, we call them bourgeoisie and proletariat. Bourgeoisie is those people who have things like factories and such. Proletariats are the working class. And what will come is a revolution, a proletariat revolution, which brings dictatorship of the proletariat. And this means that there won't be private property, there will be social equality. It doesn't matter what you have, no one will have anything, the community will have everything. Everyone will contribute as much as they can. And by this, communism will be born. The way towards this is called socialism, but the dictatorship of the proletariat must be done. So communism is an ideal future of humanity if the revolution will come true. This is what Marx believed, and communism. Nézzük akkor, mit kell csinálnod. Ezt bármikor ugye visszanézheted. Csinálj ehhez a diához, folytasd a jegyzetedet. Azt kérem, hogy a tankönyvbe a 152-től 156. oldalig nézd meg, és olvasd hozzá, amit látsz, és egészítsd ki a jegyzetedet. Olvasd a forrásokat is, hogy melyik izmushoz milyen forrást adnak. Föl kell ismerni egy szövegről, mondjuk, hogy ez nacionalista, ez liberális. Ilyesmit fogok majd nektek adni feladatnak. Felismered majd az itteni ábrákat, ugyanezek vannak a könyvben. És kérlek, készíts akkor angol nyelvű jegyzetet a kommunizmussal befejeződően. Megyünk majd tovább a következő órához. Jó munkát kívánok! Köszönöm!